So first day in Barbados, and we're gonna be here for about 5 days. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the history, the culture, the people, the cuisine, things to do, places to see. We're gonna snorkel with turtles, dive in shipwreck. We're gonna do a lot of cool stuff. But what I'm most excited about is this fish fry that they have on Friday nights. It's Oistins Fish Fry. So I heard Oistins is the place to go on Friday night.
Yeah. Oistins.
I haven't done Oistins yet, obviously.
Oistins. 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 Oistins.
And it's supposed to be where like all of Barbados just comes out and has fun and chills. Good food, live music, dancing. Friday is gonna be the big fish fry, and then I leave Saturday. This joint is kind of tight though. I like it. So first things first, I went to pick up this cool rental truck, and I didn't realize they drove on the right side of the car and the left side of the road. Driving on the left side of the road is by far the most craziest experience I think I've ever had in a new country. But after a while, I got the hang of it, so it was time to head to the hotel. So after that life-changing experience of driving in Barbados, I finally got to the Hilton Barbados Resort, and this place was beautiful. And of course, they're gonna greet you with some rum punch. So I checked into the room, saw the view that I had, which was amazing, and then I had to figure out where I was gonna eat because I was starving. So day one in Barbados, and we're diving straight into the Bajan culture. I'm at this place called Worthing Square, and it's like this open air food truck kind of situation where you can just pick up all different types of cuisine from like Asian, Italian, but like specifically the Bajan culture. And that's what I got right here. So I'm trying out some goat and coconut rice. It's so good though. And this ain't gonna be the last time eating this. So after I grabbed some food, I noticed something strange. The sun was setting at like 6 p.m. So I started to make my way back to the hotel, but I saw this beach that was beautiful, so I had to stop. The sun is setting right over here. How beautiful is that? And then my hotel is just right around this bend, but look at that sunset. Now the algae is going a little nuts right now, but the lady at the hotel told me that there's some places on the island that don't have any algae. And this is just a random beach I was driving past. So after the sunset, I headed back to the hotel. Here I am in this really nice hotel. Gonna kick my feet up with this $2 beer. That is a Barbados or a Bajan beer and a beef patty. And after that, I turned in early because I knew we had a busy day tomorrow. So now it's day 2, and let me tell you, that sun came up at 5:30. So right now, I'm going to get some coffee downstairs, and then we're going to drive around, get some drone shots, some B-roll of the island before our 12:30 turtle snorkeling time. So I started the day driving to Rihanna's house, but I had to drive through Bridgetown, the capital of Barbados, and this city's got real Caribbean energy. You got those markets, old school architecture and street vendors, and it's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site packed with colonial buildings, parliament, and some of the oldest streets still in use. And lucky for me, Rihanna grew up on one of these streets. So I'm just walking down Westbury Road here in Barbados, and it appears to just be a normal street, right? Caribbean Ocean behind me, in front of me there's a cemetery. But in 1988, Robin Rihanna Fenty was born in this house right up here. And now this is called Rihanna Drive. And just around the corner from Rihanna's house is Kensington Oval, which is Barbados' legendary cricket stadium. Tons of West Indies legends have been made here, and cricket is the most popular sport in the country, but seeing that water in the background made me ready to snorkel. Now that we've seen Rihanna's house and we saw the cricket field, we're going to this place called Hole Town, and it's the first English settlement in Barbados dating back to the 1600s. 1627 to be exact, but you'd never know it because there's no monument, no plaque, just a quiet field and a beautiful beach. What's next is really cool because we're going to swim with turtles. I did get a message from the tour operator this morning saying that their original place they've been going to for a few weeks, they didn't see any turtles for like the last, I think, the last like 6 or 7 days. So they're switching us to a new location where they're known to be turtles. So Fingers crossed that we get to see some turtles, all right? And because we were leaving from a different spot, I actually went to the wrong address. So I jumped back in the car and made it on the boat with 1 minute to spare. And on the boat, I met some really cool families from the UK and Australia. All right, so we're about to go snorkeling with turtles. I got my 2 friends here, Theo and Sebastian. Yeah. And what are we about to do?
Go and look at some turtles.
That's right. Are y'all ready?
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
So we pulled up to this quiet little cove, dropped anchor, and it was game time. The water was crystal clear and you could already see movement down there. And there it was, a hawksbill turtle. Now these are endangered, but Barbados is one of the few places where they still nest like crazy. Did you have fun?
Yep.
Yeah. How many turtles did we see? 2?
Yeah.
2? We saw a big one and a baby turtle. So after we climbed back on board, we had a round of rum punch, and then we were off to Carlisle Bay, which is home to 6 shipwrecks. Okay, so now we're about to see some shipwrecks underwater. So dive in with me. Very good. 3, 2, 1. There we go. I got it. That was great. So I'm with Sean right here. He's gonna find the turtles in Barbados, and he's gonna make your trip amazing.
Guaranteed. Turtles.
Welcome to Barbados.
Correct. Paradise.
We just got through snorkeling with turtles and snorkeling over a shipwreck with some of the most beautiful tropical fish. The ship was actually larger than I thought it was going to be and closer to the surface than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty deep. It was beautiful. It was such a great day. The sun is shining. There's a few clouds in the sky. 85 degrees outside. This is paradise. So clearly when you go snorkeling, you work up a little bit of an appetite. So we're back to Savvy on the beach because I wanted to see it in the daytime and check out some different cuisine. So let's check it out in the daytime. It's right on the beach, tons of food spots. We're probably gonna get some ice cream too. Don't judge me. Yo, listen, don't judge me for getting Jamaican food in Barbados. I feel like it's very similar. So we gonna try it out. So
fans call me Scotland.
This is Arrow.
Yeah.
He's in the he runs the Jamaican spot right here.
Yeah man, the Jamaica plantation, you know. Yeah man, Savvy on the Bay.
Savvy on the Bay, jerk all day?
Yeah, jerk all night.
You heard that.
Brother.
All right, so what do you recommend?
I will recommend everything, you know, because all our things are authentic dishes.
Okay.
You know, Jamaican cuisine we have right here. So I'm gonna make you get a taste of everything, and then you will decide.
All right, so wait, you gonna give me a case of everything?
Yeah,
wait, all right. Tell me what's going on in this plate.
Now we have your festival.
Yep.
Plantain with some tossed salad and your jerk chicken with your jerk sauce.
Okay.
Yeah man, authentic Jamaican food.
It's supposed to be the best Jamaican food in Barbados. So we go check it out right now. So you got plantains, you got festival, which is supposed to be like this sweet bread. Of course you got the jerk chicken, which everybody here has been raving about. And then like a little side piece of coleslaw. So you got turkey neck, jerk chicken, festival, plantain. This may be the best jerk chicken I've ever had in my life. Oh my God. Like I want to become his friend now. Wow. That's how good it feels. I have to go to Kingston. I just got to come and shake your hand. That was the best jerk chicken I've ever had in my life.
Yeah man, the Jamaica plantation That's where it's at.
Yeah. If you're in Barbados, come to Jamaican Plantation and get the jerk chicken. So after that, this place called Bar Cutters was supposed to have the best rum sauce ribs on the island. So we doing the ribs or what?
Yeah, we doing the ribs.
We doing the ribs? Yeah. All right, bet. You gave my ribs away?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So we got Stacy's famous ribs from Bar Cutter. Look at that. I tried to pick the rib up and look what happened. The sauce is insane. I'm just playing. Hey, this is crazy. I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, ready.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
We talking 20. 20 out of 10. 20 out of 10. What's the point of having a bone if they just gonna fall off the bone?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? What's the point of having a bone? Yes, thank you. I just wanted to come by and say thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back. Yeah. All right?
Anytime.
Thank you. She said anytime, so that means tomorrow.
People often say, you know, you're on Caribbean time or you're on island time. But this is what I will say about that. I think it's a good thing that things aren't coming as fast as they come, or things aren't coming as quickly. So when I ordered that Jamaican food and I was like, hey, how long is it gonna take? He was like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, go enjoy your time. And I said, okay, I'm gonna walk to the beach. He was like, enjoy the beach, brother. And he was just hanging out, chilling, like he wasn't even cooking yet. So whenever someone says, hey, don't worry, it's on island time or whatever, take a look around and figure out what's in front of you, because what they're probably telling you is enjoy the moment. That's it. Headed back to the Hilton.
So after snorkeling with turtles and eating my way through half the island, I was ready to crash. But nope, I pulled up to the Hilton and it sounded like a full-on party happening. It turns out I stumbled into the Hilton's employee field day. We're talking tug-of-war, dance contest, and I met Kay, the head of finance. Such beautiful people here in Barbados. Are we gonna do it? No, we're not gonna do it this time. Next time. But it was cool to see all the people at the hotel that have helped me with my stay enjoy a minute to themselves. So after that, I grabbed me a beach chair to lay out and watch the sunset and just relax a little bit because we had a really busy day the next day. So it's Thursday, one day before Oistins, and I spent it on a private tour around the island, diving deeper into the Barbados history, culture, and some hidden gems. I got this excellent tour guide for the day. He's going to take me around to some very historic places in Barbados. This is Dunstan. He goes by D.
I was born here, but I lived in the States almost 30 years.
Okay, what part?
I grew up in New York.
New York City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been back here a little over 20 years. I became a tour guide. You know, I worked for a really nice company, Beautiful Barbados Tours and Excursions, one of the best on the island, I can say.
Shout out.
You know, that's right, that's right.
So I can't wait to see what you show me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So this beautiful island that we're on is not a very big island, as you probably know. It's 21 miles long, 14 miles across. The island is considered under 1 million years old. It's created when the Atlantic crustal collided with the Caribbean plates, along with volcanic eruption. Sank down into the ocean and started forming coral and limestone. As you probably noticed, the island is made up of coral and limestone. It is fair to say that we are literally living on a rock. Coral and limestone, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, this is one of the Caribbean islands that is more flat.
Yes, the highest point on the island is 1,150 feet, and that's called Mount Hillaby. So here we are, Independence Square. Our late Prime Minister right here, L. Walton Barrow. The Prime Minister that brought Barbados into independence in 1966.
So from Independence Square, we head straight into National Hero Square, kind of like a heart in the historic Bridgetown. This is where Barbados pays tribute to its icons and change makers. You'll find monuments, statues, and a whole lot of pride in the people who've shaped this island, from colonial times all the way to Rihanna being named a national hero in 2021. So after walking through National Hero Square, Dunstan wanted to take me to a different kind of memorial, one that doesn't get as much attention but carries just as much weight. Tucked quietly along the shoreline in Paynes Bay is the Cuban Monument, built to honor the 73 lives lost in the 1976 bombing of Cubana Flight 455. Most of the passengers were young students and families. It was one of the worst acts of terrorism in the Western Hemisphere. So after a heavy moment at the Cuban monument, we headed north to Speightstown. Quiet, colorful, and full of island charm.
You're gonna like Speightstown. It's a town that's over 350 years old.
Okay.
It was named after the owner. His name was William Spike.
And when Dunstan said I would like Speightstown, he wasn't lying. This beach, no seaweed, clearest water I've seen on the island, and only a few souls in sight. It was so calm, so perfect, I had to throw the drone up. Might be the best beach in Barbados, no lie.
You ever crashed one of these things?
No, I haven't. I've come close. Sugarcane, very abundant here. Would you say?
Yeah,
like it's one of.
We still have a big industry here in Barbados, and like I said, chances are we might see it today. They're harvesting sugarcane as we speak. When you go through the parish of St. Thomas and St. George and that sort of thing, there's lots of sugarcane crops out there. So this is harvest season. They're getting ready to finish up harvesting pretty soon.
And crop over signifies the end of the harvest season.
Now it's time to celebrate.
So next up was the Animal Flower Cave.
What you call the Animal Flower Cave. It's the only accessible sea cave on the island.
All right, y'all, so we're at North Point. You can't go no further in Barbados. If you go any further, you're not in Barbados anymore. Yep. Unfortunately, today is a holiday in Barbados and it's closed, but you know, there's always a way around that when you got a drone. So the Animal Flower Cave is the only accessible sea cave on the island, and it gets its name from the animal flowers that live in the pools inside. When the cave is open, you can actually walk through the chambers and swim in natural rock pools with views straight out to the Atlantic. What are the biggest crops here on the island outside of sugarcane? Because now I'm starting to see sugarcane everywhere.
Yeah. So a lot of local crops are sweet potato, pumpkin, squash, watermelon.
And as we drove through the countryside, Dunstan started pointing out the different crops like onions and squash. Barbados might be small, but it's rich in farmland. And another thing Barbados is known for is monkeys, so we stopped by this place to see if we could see some. So right now we're at the Wildlife Reserve here in Barbados, and we're here hoping to see some monkeys. I don't know if it's feeding time just yet.
No, the feeding time happened already, but
okay.
I'm believing that they should still be some around. Yeah, there's still some around.
Okay. He said he already sees some, so let's go check them out. So we're at the Barbados Wildlife Reserve, and right around 11 a.m. you can see the green monkeys start showing up for their feeding. And these monkeys have been on the island since the 1600s, and they do roam wild, but they never miss showing up for the fruit buffet. And one of them even had a baby holding on tight, which was cool to see. So all over the island you have sugarcane. That's what's behind me. And I've been to a lot of places that have sugarcane, but I never knew it actually looked like this.
How did you try it?
Like in a market where it's you know, you get it and you just bite it and it's already cut for you.
Yeah, well.
But this would be cool. That looks like the one I saw.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is, see how it turns? It's turning that color there?
Yeah.
It's starting to get rotten.
So that's rotten sugarcane.
Yeah. All right, so just pull that piece off.
Okay. This right here?
Yeah, just break it off.
Oh man.
Is that sweet or what?
Oh man.
Is that delicious or what?
I wish you wouldn't have shown me this, because now I'm gonna go get me a knife, and if I pass any sugarcane field, I'm gonna be looking.
All of them. But when you know the sweet sugarcane.
Oh, my hand got my hands dripping.
There you go.
Wow. First time trying sugarcane, fresh from the ground, right here, just on the side of the road here in Barbados. Wonderful.
I was a youngster, buddy.
And after tasting fresh sugarcane straight from the field, we pulled up to St. Nicholas Abbey, a stunning 17th century plantation with a beautiful view but a heavy past. So this is the railway that you can get on and kind of take a tour of the plantation. Look at that. Over 250 years old tree on St. Abbey Plantation, the mahogany tree. Which means there were once slaves who once stood on this very land looking at a younger version of it, maybe dreaming of freedom. It's still here, and so is their story. Today, St. Nicholas Abbey is no longer a working plantation. It is a heritage site in a rum distillery. They produce small batch rum right here on the grounds using traditional methods. And with the addition of a scenic heritage railway, it's become a place of preservation, education, and a symbol of how far Barbados has come. Okay. So we just left St. Nicholas Abbey, and Dee said that Cherry Tree Hill was even better views. We're at the top of Cherry Tree Hill, and this is absolutely amazing. You guys have to see this. Check this out. Look at this.
Standing in the parish of St. Andrew, overlooking the beautiful Atlantic coast and what we call the Scotland district. Very beautiful. 850 feet above sea level.
You can see the waves crashing along the shore. You got the breezes of wind coming up from the ocean. You can see the leaves and the grass blowing.
Everything is nice and green as well.
Everything is nice and green, and it is, I would say, the perfect weather.
Yeah.
And on our way down, we stopped by this famous wind-powered sugar mill. This is the Morgan Lewis Sugar Mill, and it's where they processed sugarcane here in Barbados. And it is the largest and only surviving sugar mill in Barbados and in the Caribbean today. Check that out. So Bathsheba, tell me about that.
The reason they call it Bathsheba is because King David's wife, Bathsheba, used to bathe her skin in milk, keep her skin soft and silky and that sort of thing. They say when you look at the whitewater surf that you see down there, it reminds you of Bathsheba's bath. And it sits right by the rock, what we call the rock of Bathsheba.
Gotcha.
The big mushroom rock in the water.
Okay.
But because of thousands of years of that surf crashing into those rocks down there, they corrode away and chip away and that sort of thing, and they create these shapes. So this one shapes like a big mushroom. Most of them has that sort of shape, but this one in particular looks like a big mushroom.
And after being in the car for most of the morning, we decided to chill here for a bit. And I wanted to take this time to just say hey to everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned because we're not done yet. Tell me about Hackleton Cliff.
I think to me it's probably the most beautiful view that Atlantic or coastal view that I've seen on the island.
All right, you heard it here.
Right.
We're gonna see the most beautiful view on the Atlantic side of Barbados.
This is my opinion.
To D.
This is
His
my
opinion. His opinion matters.
So let me tell you something about Mr. Hackleton. This is what was said. It was said that Mr. Hackleton committed suicide off that cliff. He rode his wife's horse, a black stallion that she had, off that cliff. Why? It's because Mr. Hackleton, and don't quote me on this, this is what I was told, this is a story that was circulating, came home and found his wife engaged.
Okay.
Okay?
Not engaged like married, but engaged like in the act.
In the act.
Got it.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
And his wife had a black stallion horse that she was in love with. She loved that horse more than she loved him. And because of that, he believed that by taking his wife's horse and riding it off that cliff, that would be getting even with his wife. But in the process, he killed himself. He's going to tell me what he thinks between this and Cherry Tree Hill, which is
Don't put me on the spot. I'll tell you though.
Is 850 feet above sea level.
Okay, so we're 1,000 feet above sea level.
Yes.
Cherry Tree Hill was only 850 feet above sea level.
That's right.
As we wrapped up the tour, Dunstan wanted to show me his favorite view on the island, and he didn't miss. This view was amazing. After this, it was back to the hotel to meet a local content creator to tap into the island vibe before Oistins the next day. Yeah, there he is. There he is. What's up, man?
We outside. Yes, sir.
So wait, so is your last name Mutondo?
Now my mom made a name.
Okay.
So my last name Thomas.
Thomas. All right, bet. So Jerry Thomas.
Yeah, Jerry.
All right, so
Thomas.
I got Jerry Thomas in the building with me. I found his stuff on TikTok and he's doing some crazy stuff. And I reached out to him and I was like, listen, man, I'm gonna be in Barbados. I wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying, see if we could like kick it so I could like see what the locals do.
What was your first impression though, coming to Barbados?
Oh man, I love it. The weather, so we going this way. All right. But man, dude, the weather, the people is like the nicest people I think I've ever met. For real. Like, I mean, everybody's talking to me everywhere I go. And they all got smiles on their face.
So we at Accra Beach. They got food out here, bars, drinks.
So another thing about Barbados I like a lot. The amount of beaches.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, it's a beach everywhere.
You see it. So you see it's no exaggeration.
No, it's a beach everywhere. Like, y'all, listen. So when I was driving up, first off, there's two types of beaches here. You got East Coast and West Coast.
Oh, you know it. You know, right? Yeah, you know.
West Coast is where it's at because that's the Caribbean. We all know that the Caribbean is beautiful, blue beaches. But it's all beach. And you have, as a Barbados citizen or a Bajan citizen, all the beaches are public.
Oh, that's also very amazing.
All the beaches are public, so there's no beach that you can't get on here, right? And they're all beautiful. All beautiful.
But, I'm talking about right now though, with the seaweed, I must be honest.
Some places,
it's the East Coast especially.
Yeah.
The seaweed is not like it's like a permanent thing. It's just temporary. It's a very shortly seasonal thing.
Then after linking with Jerry, we cruised on over to St. Lawrence Gap, the island's go-to nightlife strip, to talk about the film and how he could help bring that local flavor. It was an early night for me though. I had to be up at 6 a.m. because word is horses swim in the Caribbean before sunrise, and I had to see it for myself. So today was my last day in Barbados, and we're finally hitting Oistins, but I wanted to soak in as much as I could before then, so I started the day early, like 6 a.m. early. Racehorses swimming in the ocean before sunrise, I had to see it. Kimara, what's up, man? Also known as Bobby right here. Yeah. And so I'm down here looking at these horses on the beach. Why are these horses on the beach? Are these like racehorses or what?
These are racehorses. Horses come down for a little relaxation from the races, like exercising. It's more like just to come and soak or have a swim.
So they having a swim and they getting a little bit of therapy, like, you know, sports therapy. Where do y'all race them on the island?
Garrison Savannah.
So these are the horses that are racing at the Garrison. I keep seeing the horses from my hotel room, and I was like, what is this? So if you want to see the horses on the beach, you got to get here anytime between 5 and 7:30. But if you come at the 7:30, you're not going to see them. Bobby, appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Thank you, brother. So after hanging with Bobby and learning all about the racehorses, I headed north to this place called the Fish Pot for breakfast. All right, so we're at the border of St. Peter and St. Lucie, and there's this place called the Fish Pot that everybody told me I need to check out, and I just got here, and it's beautiful. Check this out. And honestly, this place is a whole vibe. It's right on the water, tucked into the edge of this restored 18th century fort, and the views were unreal. It's 10:30 in the morning. We still got some time before Oistins pops off. So we're gonna do a little Bajan food tour.
Most of our tours focusing on the history of the food, but of course we still want to make sure we learn something about Barbados as well as information on our capital city.
So after meeting up, we started walking through Bridgetown and we got an intro into some of the island's key crops like sugarcane, cassava, sweet potatoes, okra, and breadfruit. And I actually tried breadfruit for the first time and it blew me away. It was like a soft roasted potato.
From a single breadfruit tree, in a given year, you can actually get a minimum of about 350 breadfruit. Maximum, if you add a bit of fertilizer to that, you can get well over 400 breadfruit. So just think now when it comes to poverty throughout the world, that could be a possible solution if you had hundreds of those breadfruit trees.
All right, this is the first stop, Brian's Bakery.
So what we get to try out at this stop is going to be a very popular meat-based pastry. They have a whole set of them here in this section here. So it's called a meat roll. So easy to remember. It contains meat and it's in the shape of a roll. So your meat roll, your filling is going to be some ground beef. We also use the term mincemeat.
And this meat roll was fantastic. Give me 14 of them right now. But no, seriously, it was flaky on the outside, seasoned on the inside. It was like a Bajan version of a beef patty. Perfect way to start the tour. And the next stop was for some legendary fish cakes.
Alright, so everyone welcome to hot legendary fish cakes. So fish cakes usually are going to be on every Bajan menu, and the base to that is going to be your salted cod, also referred to as saltfish. So just like breadfruit, the saltfish started off as slave food during colonial times. You're going to find that Caribbean people, they don't like bland food. So when it comes to seasonings, we use a pretty wide range in our everyday cooking. So that's going to include thyme, marjoram, Scotch bonnet pepper, onion, chives, cilantro, garlic, parsley, basil, and this is almost endless there. Okay, so everyone enjoy.
So it was time to try these legendary fish cakes.
I'm about to make it spicy. That's it right there. Just that much.
So of course, knowing me, I had to put the spiciest sauce on it just to get the real deal.
That's incredible. Wow. You think it's spicy? No, really not spicy, right? It's more like flavor.
So after trying those legendary Bajan fish cakes, we headed over to the main market to keep the tasting going. And this stop was all about the fresh local flavor. We tried Bajan mangoes, this drink made from sorrel, some plums, super refreshing in the heat, and I even tried tamarind for the first time. We even had sugarcane again, but let's be real, nothing's topping that fresh cut cane from the side of the road yesterday. And after that, we were off to try the national dish of flying fish and cuckoo, but that sun and that heat was picking up.
Try some fried marlin here, but typically if you try it as our national dish instead of marlin fish, you usually would see flying fish on your local menu. And there's another popular fish you might come across, what we call dolphin. So we would say dolphin locally, correct. So the mahi-mahi or dorado in other countries. So not to be confused with flipper. I usually like to make that clear because for some people they hear dolphin and they're thinking about flipper.
And I actually really liked the fish. The cuckoo was more like grits, so I was kind of used to that taste, but all in all, it was pretty good. So we wrapped up this tour at Agape with some local coconut milk ice cream, cold, creamy, and the perfect finish to a hot day of Bajan eats.
All right, y'all, so the food tour is over. We're gonna go back to the hotel, regroup, charge some batteries. Then I gotta go pick up Jerry because he said he had a surprise for me. We're gonna go to this guy's restaurant and watch him cook some Bajan food.
But before I could get back to the hotel, I remembered there's one spot I had to try, Fish Cuz.
So I heard you had the best fish sandwich in the city. Is that true?
I hear so, but I know it's true or not, but you can try one and see. Try one and see.
Yeah, we're about to see today.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
It's marlin, eh?
Yeah.
You want cheese on it or no cheese?
What do you think? What's the best way to have it?
Try it with cheese. If you don't like it, don't pay, okay?
There it is. So tell me about this sandwich. It's the best on the island, right?
People say that, but I will tell you, baby, what's doing is trying. You'll make your opinion on myself, yeah?
I'll tell you my opinion for sure. All right, let's go. All right, so we're gonna add some hot sauce to this thing. Bajan pepper sauce. Is it real spicy?
Don't put a lot though.
I love spicy though.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Best fish sandwich on the island.
Don't say no more, man. Don't say no more, man.
Oh, man!
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
You were right about the cheese too.
Yeah, best cheese in the world, man. Best cheese, man.
This is amazing. No, seriously, this is amazing.
They're good, man. They're very good, man. think about it, get a fresh too, eh?
It's gone. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. And this is the spiciest sauce I've had on the island so far.
Yeah.
It's amazing though. It's good. It's sweet.
You must taste at home, my friend.
Fish cuz.
And let me tell you, this guy does numbers. Everyone on the island comes here to get this fish sandwich. Don't come to Barbados and not stop by Fish Cuz. So later on that evening, I went to pick up Jerry because he wanted me to try another fish sandwich from a chef that was making a name for himself.
Got to be Cuz right now, bro.
Yeah. So what's your name?
El Professor.
El Professor.
It's called Nomad Grill. We do
Nomad Grill right there.
We do strictly local food.
He say his food is phenomenal. We're gonna check it out today.
You never had a fish kettle like this ever in your
This ain't average. Jerry said you be talking your stuff.
No, I don't talk that talk. I want that one.
You got the custom made sauce.
I call it lick me all over.
Lick me all over.
Yeah, it makes you want to eat. If it drops on your fingers or your toes, you eat your toes.
You eating it.
So after making his special sauce, he got straight to work, chopping up bell peppers, onions, and cabbage. And while he's working the grill, people just kept pulling up, placing orders like he's the island's best kept secret.
So he's almost done, and we almost ready to give this taste test review.
All right, guys.
So of course, Jerry here hooked this up. Gotta give him a big shout out.
Try the plantain for this too.
Going on the plantain first? So first we're gonna try the plantain.
Boom.
This is by far the best I've had. By far.
Because you didn't make it too crispy and at the same time it's too mushy. It's just right.
Yeah,
it's just right.
It's just right. You gotta know the balance. I keep telling you, gotta know the balance.
So it's time to try the fish cuts up.
Okay. I'm about to just bite it too.
Ain't like those fine bones that the snapper is got.
What do you season, man? What do you season your fish with, man? I don't tell me actually. Nah, bro, this sushi is good, bro.
I gotta tell you, this is incredible.
So can we have our comparison now with the cousins? The cousins.
Okay, alright. So he wants to know how it compares to Cuz Fish Shack. They're different.
They're different.
Right? They're both amazing, but I would actually choose here because of everything you get on top of the fish. Out of 10, I'm gonna go 12. I'm gonna go 12. I'm gonna go 12 on it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. When it's coming from El Professor, you know it's gonna be banging. Because I'm the scientist. I'm the guy that put that sugar spice in everything.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And after that, it was time to hit Oistins to see what everybody on the island was talking about.
Seems like all of Barbados is out here tonight. Friday's supposed to be the night, and it's Friday night. So let's have some fun.
Yeah, we
outside. We in Oistins. Friday night, Barbados. Everybody's out here. They weren't lying. It's packed.
And right off the bat, one of the cool things about Oistins is that you can chill, have a beer with your mates, you can do some shopping, but if you want to party, you can party. And the first thing I saw was this long line for this restaurant called Pat's. So I had to talk to some customers to see what that was about.
Okay.
Everybody comes here.
Is the food worth the long wait in the line?
Yes.
This is my first time in Barbados as well.
Okay, but you heard the line is worth the wait.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get dolphin, macaroni and cheese or macaroni pie they call it here, and maybe some rice and beans.
Okay.
And a deputy if they got any.
We're sticking to the basics.
Yeah.
I got you. What about you? What you did?
Marlin, rice and peas, and salad.
Rice and peas every time. Every time rice and peas.
It's one thing to talk to the customers, but I had to talk to a grill master.
So what's up, man? What's your name, bro?
My name is Dwayne.
And what you got here?
Some blue marlin. Over there they have some more mahi-mahi and some kingfish.
And this what you recommend? This is my first time here in Barbados at Oistins.
Definitely recommend the dolphin, the mahi-mahi.
Okay. Yes, sir. So I'm with Tekla. She's cooking up some marlin right now.
Some white snapper.
See that?
That lovely snapper.
After talking with a few chefs about what to order, I had to check out the drink situation. And let me tell you, rum punch is basically flowing like water out here. Drinks are cheap and strong. You can grab 4 for under $10. It's almost dangerous how easy it is to sip and vibe. Oistins is split into 2. One side is heavy soca and hip hop, packed with energy, people dancing, getting lit. But I decided to take a little detour to the smoother side of things. Older couples grooving to live jazz and R&B. Of course, the electric slide is alive and well, worldwide certified. But then I saw something new to me. A 3-step, smooth, slow, and honestly, kind of romantic.
And one question I get asked is it safe? Is it safe? It is very safe, very safe.
So after soaking in the smooth side of Oistins, I headed back over to the live side to see if that rum punch had started kicking in yet. And yeah, it definitely had. The music was louder, the crowd was looser, the people were really dancing now. I even saw a dude walking around with a monkey on his back, literally. And look, to really catch the vibe, you know I had to hop on stage. Had to feel the energy from up there. And trust me, it was everything they hyped Oistins up to be. And one of the best things about Oistins is that it's actually right on the beach.
Where we at right now?
We at Oistins, bro. The late for the party on a Friday night. Barbados, we lit. That's what's up. This is a good man behind the camera. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, for sure. Be outside, yeah.
And of course, after Oistins, the night doesn't end there. We made our way to St. Lawrence Gap, the official after party spot.
I just left Oistins and I'm at St. Lawrence Gap. People come here after Oistins. Tell me why this is the place to come to.
Okay, so one, because it's very close by, right? So if you're not looking to go anywhere far, here is the place to be. Right after Oistins, before your belly, you come in your party, work off the food.
Yeah, I can see that. This is your spot right here.
Yes, this is my spot here.
So tell me about this spot.
So I work here. I'm a promo girl here. This is the dive. So it is like a bar mixed with a nightclub. Okay. So you come here, you get hookah, you have an upstairs area, you have hookah, you have very nice cocktails and drinks. And it's a very nice vibe because they have every weekend there is something different. So Friday nights is Escape Fridays, every Friday. We have different genre music playing. Right now we are playing soca. Saturday nights is reggae night. You understand?
Yeah.
And I believe Sunday you could just come on and have the same type of vibe. Vibes all week.
Vibes all week.
Vibes all
week. That's all I've been hearing is vibes everywhere. Listen, Barbados got the vibes, I promise you that.
But what kind of food you like from Oistins?
Oh, what kind of food I like? Woo! I love butternut sauce. Oh. I love butternut sauce. I can't get enough of butternut sauce. I mean, for the most part, I came upon Guyanese food because my parents are Guyanese. I am going to be biased. Guyanese food is the best. Guyanese food is the best. You can't bite me for it. That's why I come upon. That's what I was raised on. But as a Bajan girl, I was born here, so I am going to rep my Bajan food as well.
Thank you so much. Video done, bro.
Yeah. So the next morning, I packed my bags because it was time for me to leave, but I had to make a few stops first.
So you remember those racehorses that were bathing in the ocean? Well, I'm standing on the racetrack right now. This is where they race. This place is called the Garrison, but it's more than just a racetrack.
This place used to be a British military base back in the 1700s. Today, locals still come out for horse races, and believe it or not, there's a full rugby field right in the middle of the track. It's where tradition and everyday life meet. And just around the corner is the George Washington House, the only place outside of the US where America's first president ever lived. He stayed here in 1751, long before the Revolution, when Barbados played a key role in shaping some of his early views on military defense and colonial life. So yeah, this one area packs in racing, rugby, and revolutionary history, all in one stop. And I was sad to leave Barbados, but there was one thing I had to do before I left, and that was to go to St. Lawrence Gap to see the Coconut Man.
So one thing you gotta do when you come to Barbados is you gotta get a fresh coconut from a cart.
Now only coconut, go get a store too.
You got a store too?
Store. You go to the store.
Look at that, getting a fresh coconut right near the water. You can't beat that. yeah. Is this the best coconut in town? Oh yeah. He said it's the best. Let's see.
It's fresh, though. It's fresh.
Ooh.
That's fresh.
Man, after Oistins last night, I need this. And just like that, it was time for me to leave. But honestly, my heart wasn't ready. Barbados gave me everything. Sunrises with swimming horses, rum punch fueled nights at Oistins, new friends, deep history, and some of the best food I've ever had. This island isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. And now that I've felt it, it's hard to let it go. Till next time, Barbados,